Yeah, I'll be solving this problem, and it has to do with the construction of auxiliary elevation of this object, of an object. And as we have here, there are two views of a molding piece are shown in the figure below. Draw the question. Roman figure A, or Roman figure 1 says that two views, and Roman figure 2 says auxiliary elevation on plane x1, y1. So what we have here, so this is the front elevation and this is the plan or the top view. So this is plane x1, y1, upon which we are asked to draw the auxiliary elevation of the object, and the angle at which the object is being viewed is 45. Since this plane is at angle 45 degree, we have to know that the angle at which the object is being viewed is 45 degree. So what we are going to do first is to replicate these diagrams as we have here. So we need to replicate this. So if we have done that, the next thing to do is to go on and produce the auxiliary elevation. So we are going to learn how I'm going to do this right now. So what you need to do, as I said, is to copy the given views as we are told, so which I've done here, just to make use of dimensions given. Then you produce this shape as you can see here, or these shapes as you can see here. So the next thing to do now is that we are going to because of the curve that we have here, because of the curve that we have in the front elevation, so we need to ensure that we put this curve also in the auxiliary elevation that we have to produce. So what we need to do now is to divide the distance from here to here, from this point to this point, into a number of equal parts. So I'm going to divide into 5 equal parts. I think total distance from here to here, as I have here, is 50 millimeters. So I will divide this into 5 equal parts. That is 10 millimeters. So this is 10, and this is 10, and last one is 10. So I'm going to draw a vertical line on each of these points. So here I will draw a vertical line here to meet the curve. Then at this point I will draw a vertical line here to meet the curve. Then at this point also I will draw a vertical line to meet the curve. Then at this point also I will draw a vertical line to meet the curve. Okay, now having done this, the next thing that we are going to do, so let me make sure you can see this clearly. So the next thing that we are going to do is to draw a horizontal line from this point, at this point, at this point here, at this point, at this point, at this point, and then there is a point here, because the curve, as the curve goes like this, it comes down a little bit at this point here. So we are going to draw a horizontal line at this point, and we also need to draw a horizontal line at this point to this side. So this is what I mean. So from this point here, I've already drawn a horizontal line here, so I may extend it. So at this point I will draw a horizontal line. So at this point here I will draw a horizontal line like this. So at this point I will also draw a horizontal line. Then from this point I will draw a horizontal line like this. Then from this point I will draw a horizontal line. So I talk about a point here, this point here. So this point is not exactly on the curve, it goes down a little bit. So we draw this horizontal line here. Then I come up here and draw horizontal line. Okay, now so having done this, so the next thing that we are going to do is that I'll make use of this vertical line that I have here. So I'll just extend this vertical line to the last horizontal line. So we need it, so like this. So I'm going to number each of these points. So I will call this point, I will call it point 0. So this is point 1. So this point here I will call it point 2. This is point 3. Then this point here is point 4. So point 4, this is point 4, and this point here is point 5. So then this point here is point 6. So while this point is 0.7. Okay, now so let's take note of that. So the next thing that I'm going to do here, so this division that we made here, so the plan of the curve from here to here is what we have from here to here. Okay, so now, so I need to transfer this point, I need to transfer it into the plan. So I just bring it down like this. Okay, so here I'll bring it down here like this, and here I'll bring it down here like this, and this point also I will transfer it down like this. So I'm going to number this point based on the numbering that we have here. So also I need to, this point I need to draw this line, I need it, so I need to draw this line down here like this. Okay, so now, so this is point 1, so this is point 1, so I'm going to write 1 here. So this is point 2, I will write 2 here. So this is point 3, so I will write 3 here. So this point here is point 4. So and then, so the one that follows point 4, so which is this point. So this point here, this is point 5. Then point 6 is here. So 6 is in between 4 and 5. So I will come up here. So this is, I will call this 5 prime. So this is 6 prime. This is 4 prime. This is 3 prime. This is 2 prime. And this is 1 prime here. Okay, so let's take note of that. So those points are very, very important. So the next thing that we are going to do, whenever we want to draw auxiliary elevation, what we do is to project line from each point that we have on the plan. So as we have been told that the plane x1 y1 is at angle 45 degrees, but before that we need to construct the plane because we are given dimensions here. They said that the distance of this point of the plane from the end of the front view is 45. So I need to take a measurement of 45 millimeters on this horizontal line, 45 millimeters. So I need to extend it a bit. Okay, so this is 45 millimeters. So now I'll just put my set square at this point here. So put my set square here. Then I will draw the plane like this. Okay, so this plane is plane x1 y1. So this is plane x1 y1. Okay, as we are given there, so it's very important that you take that measurement. So having done that, the next thing that we are going to do is to project line, as I said, from each point that we have on the plan. We are using our 45 degrees set square, so the line must be at the right angle to this plane x1 y1. So we need to make use of 45 degrees because this at 45 degrees, so 45 plus 45 will give us 90. So we draw a line from this point here. Okay, so we come to this point, we draw a line like this. So from this point we draw a line. Also from this point we draw a line. So from this point 3 here, so we draw a line. So from this point, so we draw a line. So from this point here we draw a line. So also from this point here, so we draw a line. Alright, so I need to repeat the same thing up here, but I want us to take note of something, because when I drew a line from this point 4, it passed through this point on the plan, so I don't have to repeat the line for this one. So this line will serve for this point and this point here, this point 3 and this point here, so that one is okay. And then for 1, so when I drew a line from this point, it passed through 0.5 prime here, so it's okay. So then this point here, I drew a line from this point, is passed through 0.6 prime, so that is okay. So the next one that I don't, the next line that I'm going to draw is 0.4 prime, 4.3 prime, 2 prime, 1 prime, and then this point here. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll pause the video, do that, and I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. Alright, so with all these lines that I've drawn now, so what we need to do now is to come back here for all that you have done here to transfer each of these points onto this part that we have here. So now, so before we go on to transferring, so this point here, as we have this line that we have here, I didn't put this line is line x1, y1. So this line is line x1, y1. So this point 0 that we have here, it will be on this line x. Sorry, this is line x, xy. This is x1, y1. So this point that we have on x, y line, we need to transfer it here. That is point 0. So here is 0. Then other ones, so we now transfer the remaining one. So I just take my compass, taking the measurement from 0 to 1, from 0 to 1 here. So I'll transfer it here. Okay, so this is point 1. Then from 0 to 2, from 0 to 2, so this is point 2. So this is 2 as we have here. Then from 0 to 3. Okay, so here, so I have this point as point 3. So just take your time to understand what we are doing here. Then from 0 to 4, 0 to 4, so put at this point and we make an arc on this line. So this is 4. Then from 0 to 5, 5 is in between 4 and 6 here. So transfer it here. So make an arc here. So this is 0.5. So let me write it here. Then from 0 to 6. So put it here and make an arc here. So this is 0.6 here. So you just need to take note of those points. So then from 0 to 7, from 0 to 7, so you put our 0 here, so make an arc here. So this is 0.7. All right, so now the next thing to do is to transfer this point to the other side. So with my 45 degrees set square, so I will transfer so this point to this side, then coming here, so I will transfer this point 2, then I will transfer point 3, then I'll transfer point 4, so I'll transfer point 5, then I'll transfer point 6, then the last one is point 7. Okay, now having done this, so let's produce the auxiliary elevation. So I believe from beginning to this level everything is clear to you. Now whenever you have a problem like this to solve, most especially when it comes to auxiliary elevation or auxiliary plan, it's very good that you sketch the isometric view of this object. It will help you to get the auxiliary elevation drawn quickly, and that is what I've done. This is the isometric view of the object, and by the time we are doing the object in this direction at an angle of 45 degrees, so what are the shapes that we are going to see, or the part of the object that we are going to see? And that's what I've done here. We are going to see this part A here, we are going to see part B, this rectangle, we are going to see this part C for this curve. Okay, so and then we are going to see part D. Those are the parts that we are going to see for the auxiliary elevation. Now let's start. Now if I'm looking at the object in this direction, I'm going to see this line from here to here, this line from here to here, then I will see this rectangle as I said. But let's start with this line. Now where do we have this line from here to here? We have it from this point to this point. So what I need to do, so the first point that we have here, let's be looking at it here. So the first point that we have at this point, so is here. So all I need to do, so is at this point. So this point is at this point here. So all I need to do is to follow this line, go up to the line x1, y1 for 0. If if you look at it, this is line is on 0. So it's at this point here. So I just take note of this point. Then this point that we have here, so where is it? We have it at this point. So I'll just follow this coming to line x1, y1. So we have this point. We have this point. This line is not okay. No, this line is not okay. Okay. All right. So it's okay now. So with what I've done now, locating that to those 2 points, so I'll make this line a thick line. So this line will be a thick line like this. Okay. Now, so the next thing is, so let's draw this vertical line. So this line is start from 0 to 7. So where do we have 7? We have 7 at this point. So this is from this point to this point here. So we make this line a thick line like this. Okay, so then the next thing that we are going to do, so I want to get this line from here to here. This line from here to here. So it's at this point. So, and it goes up from 0 to 1 as we have here. So if I go up on this line, so from 0 to 1, so this is it at this point. So I make this line a thick line like this. Okay, then what about this line that we have from here to here? It is still on 1, still on 1 as we have here. So it's moved from here to here. So all I need to do is to follow this line. So coming to this point here, then I will make it a thick line from here to here. So this is it. Okay, so now, so the next thing that we are going to do is to get this line from here to here. So it's from 7 to this point, so it's still on 7. So where do we have it? Distance from here to here. So on this line, I'll go up like this. So at this point, so I'm going to make this a thick line here. Okay, so I believe we are following. So we need to take our time to understand this thing very well. Then, so from this point down here, and this point that we have here is 0.5. So where is 0.5? So we see that it is still on this line. So we have this line down here. So 0.5. So 0.5 is here. So this is 0.5 that we have here. If you look at it, this is where we have 0.5. So it is at this point here. So all I need to do is to make this line a thick line from here to here like this. Okay, so we are done with that part. So the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the curve on this side, and it is on this part here. That's where we have this curve on this side here. So from 1 to this 5 that we have here. So what I need to do now is to locate those points. So let's locate point 1. So point 1 we have already located. This is the point. Now let's locate point 2. If I follow this line 2 here, so we go up, so to this point. So this is line 2. So they intersect at this point. Then for 3, so if I follow this line like this, going up like this, for 3, so we need to watch it. So this is point 3 here. So we have this point. Then for 4, if I go on this line, so on this line, if I go up like this, so this is 0.4. Then 0.6, so 6 here. So this is where we have what? We have 6 here at this point. So 5 is at this point here. 5 comes down a little bit than 6. So what I need to do now is to make use of my French curve to produce the curve as we have here. So I'm going to set my French curve like this. So then I will draw this curve like this. So the work, we need to take our time so to get it done. So it's very simple. So I need to join these 3 points together. Okay, then so we have to join this point together like this. So you can see that we have produced the curve on this side. We have produced it. So now let's get this rectangle then let's get this rectangle here. So where is this rectangle? It is from here to here. So I've gotten one point of it. So the second point is what is here. So then the vertical line is here. So all I need to do is to make this line a thick line. Then I'll make this line a thick line like this. Okay, then here, so this line will be a thick line like this. Okay, so the rectangle has come out. So this rectangle B, we have it here. So this is part A. So the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the curve. But before we draw the curve, what about this rectangle D that we have up here? Where is it? So it is from, so we have it from here to here. That's where we have it. So this face that we have here, this face D, so we have it from here to here. And we have gotten one point of it. So I mean this part here, we have gotten this line, so which is this line that we have. So let's go and locate this one. So we just go up like this, so to 0.5 here. So this is 0.5 and it goes up to this 0.7. So I will just draw a line. So make this line a thick line like this, and this line will also be a thick line that we have here. This line will be a thick line from here to here. Okay, so the line that we have at that 5, this line will also be a thick line. I'm coming to show you that line. Okay, so this is the line that I'm talking about, the line from here to here. So we also have it. So let's locate the curve now. So that's the only thing that we are left with. This curve on this side, we have it along this line. So for point 1, so we go up like this. So we have what? We have point 1 at this point. This is point 1. We have it here. So if I go for 2 prime, so going up like this, so this is where we have 2. So we have 2 at this point here. Then for 3, so if I go up like this on 3, so this is point 3. And for 4, so going up like this on 4, we have this point. Okay, then for 6, so 6 comes before, okay, so 6 goes up, so we have what? We have this point. So while for 5, if I go up on this line, so I have this point. This is the point for 5. It's already there. So what we need to do now is to take the French curve and do the same thing as we did for this one. So all I need to do is to set my French curve like this. Then I will draw this line, this curve, like this. Okay, then so I will join these 3 points together as we did for the other one. Then I will connect this point together like this. Okay, so that is the auxiliary elevation, but we are not done. So at this point here, let me bring the isometric view. So this line that we have here, we also have it at this point. So where is this point located? It's located at this point. So they may ask us to show the hidden detail. So all I need to do is to make this short dashes line. Okay, so that's the only part that is hidden from us. So we make it with short dashes line. So this is it. So as simple as I've done it here, all you need to do is to practice it. So when you practice it, you become a master at it. Thank you and keep on practicing. God bless you.